All right, so this is a battle report between Warriors of Chaos and the Vampire Counts. We're using the Brawler Bash scenario rules and also the cards for the scenario. My opponent, he's using an unusual list with the vampires. It's more mobile, and it's actually able to keep up with the mobile Chaos Warrior list that I have. And here we go. I forgot to go ahead and take a picture of setup, but I got the Vanguard and I got the first turn. On hindsight, I probably would like to go second, but it didn't work out that way. So there goes my Vanguards. I'm trying out Hellstriders for the first time. So they're my little Hellstriders there. And at the end of this game, I forgot that Hellstriders have magical attacks. So at the beginning of the game, I was trying to avoid his little ethereal units there. And after I looked at it in the rule book, I was like, they had magical attacks anyway. I didn't even need to do that. I could have been more aggressive. But as you can see here, he has some crypt horrors that he made, 2 giant units of skeletons, and back behind that are some zombies. And over to the left, we have about 8 Vargeist. A Vargolf that's being represented as I think it's some type of horse. And then we have something called a Abyssal Terror. The Lord is on top, but I have the Lord model. I'm supposed to be painting it for him. And he has a Terrorgeist in the back. All right. So we've played against each other many times before. We actually started playing against each other back about 14 years ago. We started with 40K, and we've been playing ever since. We stopped playing 40K about 7 years ago and never looked back. But here goes his movement. Well, I think this is Vanguard. There's another picture of that. Or might be that's my movement. So I move my guys up like that, bring my flyers up closer. So I want my flyers to all be able to charge that either the crypt horrors or that giant unit there. And I want to be able to get involved with the vampire that's in the unit. I want to be able to kill him quickly. But I forgot to remind myself that it's open list. And so I ended up jumping that Chimera into something that it shouldn't have got into. And you'll see that in a second. But anyway, in my Chaos Warriors I have 10 guys, 12 guys of Nurgle, and then another 11 guys of Zinch. I put my BSB in there on the demonic mount. And since they have the blasted standard, shooting is not really a threat, but since I'm playing against vampires, it's kind of useless anyway. I kind of put my chariot kind of a dirty, cheesy way of putting your chariot down in deployment. It gives you another 1 to 2 inches on the movement phase when you start up. You know, I can be grimy sometimes. I know. I'm just getting over a upper respiratory infection, so if my voice is a little bit, hoarse sounding, that's the reason why. Okay. And so I decided I think this is a duplicate picture. I'm sorry, I do that sometimes. All right, so I move my hounds up in front of his hounds just to slow them down. And I bring up, back behind those guys, I bring my Marauder Horsemen up behind that, because I want to try to keep a unit that has fortitude close to the center, because I want to claim those victory points. And in my magic phase, I used Spirit Leech, and since his little ethereal thing was outside of his general's leadership, I decided to go ahead and cast it on there, not even thinking about the Hellstriders being able to take on that. And I could have done something else with that Spirit Leech, but hindsight is 20/20. He pushes his hounds up like so. Either in his phase, he's gonna slow that chariot down or do whatever. I think he charges the hounds with his ethereal thing. They're dead. As the Chaos Lord and his Chimera look on. He pushes his Terrorgeist and Terrorgeist and Vargeist around the left flank with his Lord and Abyssal Terror. It's kind of unnerving seeing that because I really don't know what to do with that. I mean, my Chaos Lord would have needed to stay behind to take care of that situation, but he wasn't able to stay behind because I needed to get some points and I wanted to get across the field. And I need to get flanks on stuff like that. I don't need to take it on head on. And so in his phase, he cast Wind of Undeath, and he kills about four Hellstriders. But they're Marcus Lanesh, so they don't break. Yeah, so that guy, he's going to go. He's going to survive the battle, though. And my hounds, they get beat up by his hounds, because I forgot his hounds have strength 4 when they charge, and my hounds are just toughness 3, even though they're the same points cost, almost identical points cost. His hounds are so much better than mine. Okay, and then over here, my Chaos Warriors charge in my turn 2. And yeah, I figure I should do really well against these Terrorgeists. I mean, they don't have any armor, so all you have to do is wound them. The Chaos Knight Lord and his Dragonfly into the Crypt Horrors, and the Chimera gets in there as well. And I'm thinking to myself, this should be easy. I have like 4 breath weapons within those 2 guys. They should be able to handle these guys pretty quickly. And then my Chariot, it's a pretty good, generous charge, and he charges into the bats. And then you see my other Chaos Warriors coming up from the rear, because I know that there's going to be some reinforcements coming. And so those Chaos Nurgle Warriors need to be there when the reinforcements get there. They don't need to be hanging around just floating. And then in my magic phase, I cast Spirit Leech on the Terrorgeist, and he rolls higher than I rolled. And on top of that, using this generous leadership, so it ended up doing nothing. He let go of that. He let that spell go. And then I threw the rest of my dice at I think it was that other spell where it's -1 strength, -1 toughness. I think it's I forgot what that spell is called. I forgot what it was called. But anyway, it's Lord of Death. But that worked out pretty good. But it was a miscast, and we survived it. It wasn't that bad of a miscast. I think he ended up forgetting that spell. But yeah, the Chimera gets in there, gets into close combat with the skeletons. I find out that the skeletons have flaming attacks. The Chariot runs over the bats. In that Chimera fight, the Chimera takes a wound, and the Chaos Warriors go to town with the Terrorgeist, and he had enough to have 1 Terrorgeist left. I'm sorry, the proper vernacular for those guys is Vargeist. And that close combat happens with the ethereal thing and the hounds. The hounds run away, and they run right into my front of my Chaos Warriors in his turn. Oh, that pissed me off. That really pissed me off. Those things. Oh, I can't stand ethereal stuff. I can't stand it. It's so. But anyway, that's what happens there. Those little guys are earning their money. If I had remembered that the Hellstriders had magical attacks, he would not be there. All right. And then over here, Chaos Lord finally decides he wants to get rid of this unit in front of him because his Chimera is dying right behind him. And yeah, his warriors are in deep trouble with a Terrorgeist standing right in front of him. His Lord charges in. And I think this is almost a bad idea because I'm just going to put all my attack into the Vargeist, and because of Crumble, it should do something to the vampire. But I don't think I do enough wounds at that point. Now I'm trying to move him away. If I had known that he was able to kill that ethereal thing, I would have kept him around instead of trying to run him away. That would have changed everything. The Chimera is slowly but surely milking this unit, and over there I think he moves another one of his ethereal things in the way. And then over here, what ends up happening is the Chaos Exalted Hero ends up challenging the Vampire Lord, and he has to accept it at this point because he no longer has a unit with him. And my the Dragon Lord charges in to the flank of the zombies. They're gonna disappear, and the Chimera charges to the flank as well. So that unit is pretty much gone. All right, so you see here, he knocked the vampire off his thing there, his whatever that thing is called. It's dead. That's why I don't remember what it is. I don't see it anymore. But in hindsight, what I should have done is after the Chaos Lord got done with the Crypt Horrors, I should have floated them over there to get ready to help them out, the Exalted Hero out. That's what I should have done. I shouldn't have, I was sitting there thinking, oh man, he should be able to handle this. I was so much hubris there that it messed me up real bad. So in hindsight, from now on, that's what's going to happen. Whenever the Chaos Lord is done doing his thing, he's going to come back and help out the BSB if the BSB is ever in trouble. But anyway, over here in this close combat, I lose yet another wound with the Chimera in the close combat with the skeletons. Those skeletons end up earning their points for this game. I mean, skeletons beating a Chimera. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Crazier than cat shit. And I think this is the scene with the Scream, and this is where people's faces flare off. Scream should not be able to scream in the close combat. I mean, really. I mean, it just breaks one of the rules in the rule book. They need to stop that mess. And so this pretty much ends the game of BSB dies. Yes, it was a horrible game. I only ended up getting 500 points for having a unit with fortitude within the middle of the board, and I get a generous amount. I think it was 1,900 points, but and he got it somewhere around 2,300 or something like that. But it was a good win for the vampire counts, and my list will be changing after this one. So maybe within the next couple of days, I'll do another battle report with the change list, and we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna do some re-kitting, and this is what's left. So, thank you for watching, and if you like what you saw, subscribe.